You might be saying to yourself, James, where have you been? It's been over a week since your last video. Well, I've been striking, just like Major League Baseball. I've been on strike. I've been locked out. Maybe that's what it is, because we have taken forever to get from 19,000 to 19,500 subscribers. So I was sticking it to those people who watch and don't subscribe. So here's the deal: if we get 4 subscribers today, March 1st on a Tuesday, before I go to film something tomorrow, 4 more subscribers, I will continue to do the show. If not, deleting the YouTube channel. We're completely going to delete the show. I am going to retire from the YouTube game. So if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time to do it. Unless you want me to delete the channel, that's fine too. Or if you've subscribed, send it to a friend. We are going to talk J.J. McCarthy. We're going to talk a little Cade McNamara and some quarterback school he's doing this spring break, and the freshman wide receiver who is turning heads at spring practice. I am your host, James Yoder, here in the Michigan Football Report by Chat Sports. I want to ask you guys a question to start the show. About 3 weeks ago, I did a little segment called Michigan Memories, right? Off-season, this isn't like the NFL or the NBA where you've got these big free agencies and drafts and off-season OTAs, all this different stuff. There's not that much to talk about. So I did Michigan Memories, talked about a scenario I had from when I met Bo Schembechler when I was a wee boy back in the day, and got plenty of good feedback from it in the comment section. So if you guys want me to make that a weekly thing, I just want to kind of know from you guys. If you liked it, let me know in the comments with a Y or an N. The Y is indication I liked it, and you're voting for me to do one of those per week in the offseason. If I have that many memories, I don't know. Maybe you've maybe drank a few too many Coors Lights there in Ann Arbor. I don't remember everything, but let me know why, if yes, you want more Michigan Memories, and for no. We're always going to make it the last half of a show. It's not going to be an entire show, but want to know if you guys give a damn about my memories. If so, type Y. If not, just go ahead and type your N, but I won't be very happy if you guys do. All right, let's get into the show. And J.J. McCarthy is the talk of the town around Big Ten football, Ohio State, Michigan, because this isn't the first time he did it. He did it when he was a recruit. He kind of spouted off and made some comments towards Ohio State. I'll kind of go with this first one. For me, that rivalry is very personal. I won't dive too deep into it, yada, yada, yada. Just one of those games you definitely want to win a lot more than the other one. Stay on this one for a second, because if you guys remember, the reason I wasn't want to talk about it too much is because J.J. McCarthy was an Ohio State fan growing up, and he wanted an Ohio State scholarship, but he just did not get it. They offered another player who's at Ohio State, another 2021 quarterback, and J.J. McCarthy then took Michigan. So Kyle McCord went to Ohio State. J.J. McCarthy goes to Michigan. McCarthy then kind of makes it his vendetta to beat Ohio State. So then he throws this one out there, right? And he's not inaccurate, right? For us, and he was sitting there in an interview with Donovan Edwards and Darrell Anthony, two true freshmen, going into their sophomore year this fall. For us, that's all we know is beating Ohio State right now. So we're going to keep that going. Interesting, huh? So I think he's basically just saying there is if you're a freshman at Ohio State, I guess actually if you're a sophomore too, because there was no game in 2020, Ohio State got out of a beating that Michigan would have given to them. Then you don't know about losing to Ohio State. This isn't your granddaddy's Michigan where you lose to Ohio State. This current Michigan, they just don't lose to Ohio State. It's been years since that happened. Ohio State seems to be a little desperate, a little obsessed. Here is what one of their players put on Instagram yesterday. It is J.J. McCarthy's quote up on a big screen TV in the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. Basically, they're putting up his quotes as motivation, hoping it gets people riled up, gets people excited. It seems like it's a little obsessed, guys. I mean, this whole obsessing over Michigan thing, it worked for a while. But the second I took it under my wing that I was going to motivate Michigan's football program, motivate Jim Harbaugh with the beat Ohio State again, Michigan hasn't lost since then, right? It's been 2 years since we started that campaign. 0 loss to Ohio State in there. Not taking credit for it, but I saw this one on Twitter too. I don't know if this is true. Same guy's Instagram account, apparently. And it is my beat Ohio State again, James Yoder, on a big screen at Woody Hayes Athletic Center. So not 100% sure if that's doctored or not, but wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State, with as much as their fans are obsessed with our show, if they put that up on their big screen. So it seems like they're a little obsessed with both Michigan football, J.J. McCarthy, and I guess this program as well. But I don't know from you guys, do you like J.J. McCarthy having that confidence, willing to kind of spout off at Ohio State, make comments that I make on the show joking like I just did over the last couple of minutes, go ahead and give me a 1 if you like the confidence. Keep the trash talk going from the player's perspective, the backup quarterback's perspective, or give me a 2 if you don't like it. I don't know. I guess I'm going to give it a 1 because they did win the game. But we'll see, right? If you go and lose to Columbus by 30 points this year, it does kind of look a little ridiculous. So got to back it up on the field in year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, Andrew Anthony, and Donovan Edwards. Saw these products, folks. Take a look. I haven't seen these on sale for normal, reasonable prices in a matter, I think it's been a couple years, right? Last year, they were put out there. Go back to the May shorts if we can, producer Matthew. They were put out there last year. They were selling for like $359 in a limited edition one. These ones are back on sale. We put the link right there at the bottom of the screen. I'll put it in the comments and description. It's the basketball Maze shorts, the extra long ones. Go to chatsports.com/Maze. Those are back available. You can purchase them now. And since it's spring break for Michigan students, Michigan football players right now, you got the Michigan Block M Hawaiian style swim trunks. Go to chatsports.com/MSwim. Both those products, I just looked and I was kind of doing some shopping for myself, saw these, thought I would let you guys know so you didn't miss out on this potentially limited availability of the Maze basketball shorts and these pretty awesome Michigan Hawaiian style Block M swim trunks. Go to chatsports.com/MSwim to get the trunks. And what was the other one? It was chatsports.com/something Maze, right? Yep, Maze. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Spring practice schedule for the Michigan football team. They're off this week. The university is on a really early spring break. I'm not sure why Michigan has always kind of done it in the end of February, early March. It's really even weird because Michigan's got 3 straight home basketball games, including tonight against Michigan State, all while the students are out of town on spring break, so the atmosphere is a little dumbed down for 3 of their, 9 home games in the Big Ten. But nevertheless, team's off this week. Next week, they'll be back on Monday and have 3 practices per week for the next 4 weeks, 12 more practices leading up to that April 2nd spring game. That spring game will be televised, folks, on the Big Ten Network, and it's the first time Michigan's had a spring game in 3 years, since 2019, with Shea Patterson and Tariq Black and Nico Collins and Donovan Peoples-Jones. That's how long ago it was, because 2020, they canceled it leading into the kind of the coronavirus pandemic, and then 2021, almost no college football teams had a spring game at all. So keep an eye out for that one. It is 1 month from tomorrow. The Michigan football spring game will be televised on the Big Ten Network. Cade McNamara has left Michigan, folks. Not permanently, but he is off to California, and he's from near there, right? He's from northern Nevada, the Reno area, but he is in Southern California, about 45 minutes south of LA this entire week, training with Jordan Palmer, whose brother is Carson Palmer, who I'm sure all you guys know, the #1 draft pick in the 2003 NFL Draft. He's been training Cade since he was 6 years old. From his dad flew down to SoCal and said, "Hey, my boy can throw the ball like over that mountain at 6 years old. Will you train him?" Palmer also is, he's trained a lot of quarterbacks, most notably Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Trevor Lawrence, although Trevor Lawrence, has been to his camps. He never really was his full-time quarterback tutor. So interesting, Cade McNamara, some kids are going down to Florida, going down to the Bahamas. He is heading out and putting in work, trying to keep that starting quarterback position in Ann Arbor. But this will be the #1 talking point for this program the next 6 months. We've got March, April, May, June, July, August. Hell, right up to the September 3rd kickoff. I don't think Michigan will name a starter at least until the day before the game, if not just whoever they tried out there. So let me know who you think will be the starting quarterback, not in game 1. The end of the season in Columbus, Michigan heads to Ohio State last weekend in November. Type Cade or type JJ down in the comments. I don't know if I'm going to make my decision yet, but I want to see what you guys think. Take the pulse of the crowd. I told you guys at the top of the show, need 4 more subscribers or I am retiring. I am deleting the channel. You will never hear from me again on YouTube. So if that's what you want, just don't subscribe, or hell, unsubscribe if you're a hater. But if you want to see the show continue, make sure you subscribe or send this show to a friend. You will not ever get Yoder back if we don't get 4 more subscribers. It's pretty easy, though. We should get many, many more than that. A freshman wide receiver, folks, has been turning heads, and it is a name that I would say the average Michigan football fan couldn't even name. Couldn't even tell you much about unless you paid super attention to the last couple days of his recruitment, signing day, and have been, scouring the internet for limited spring practice and spring workout news. But Darius Clemens, out of Portland, top 150 player overall in last year's class, the 2022 class. Signed with Michigan, on signing day, committed, then signed on the early signing day in December, then enrolled in January. He has been the star of workouts, told he has freakish athleticism, has been the best wide receiver in the 7-on-7 skeleton drills they did in just jerseys and helmets last week. And a source that I talked to said if he continues to show out in spring practice throughout the summer on his own into fall, he could be a day one starter. And they said, seriously, that's how good he's performed so far. But I don't want to get too far ahead of us. We've definitely hyped up players this show, others. Joe Milton, he's the next Cam Newton. Let's just think about that for a second. So don't hold this one against me. This is just what a lot of people are saying. I reached out to some folks getting the same kind of feedback on Darius Clemens. He is turning heads, and he potentially could be in your top 3 rotation in the wide receiver group that's coming back this fall, which is a talented group, right? A ton of names here, really Dalen Baldwin leaving for, giving a shot at the NFL, which he likely will not get drafted. But Cornelius Johnson is your top returning wide receiver. Roman Wilson, Mike Sainristil, who is getting a lot of snaps in the 2 deep in the secondary right now. That's how potentially stacked this wide receiver group can be coming back. And Earl Anthony, who I think will probably have a chance right there with Johnson and Wilson to be a starter. And then A.J. Henning, who don't be surprised if he is used as much as a running back this season as he is a wide receiver. So some pretty good production coming back, but it's not like these are all world talents. So if Clemens does continue to perform, he's going to get a lot of playing time, which Jim Harbaugh has done with wide receivers throughout his tenure as Michigan's head coach. But while we're talking wide receivers, want to take the poll question from you guys. There might be some old heads in here saying Anthony Carter is the best ever. Guys from my era might be saying it's Braylon Edwards. Kind of in between those, Anthony Carter. Who is the best Michigan wide receiver ever? Let me know down in the comments. Just type their initials. Anthony Carter, AC, Braylon Edwards, type BE, or Desmond Howard, the Heisman Trophy winner, type DH. It's an interesting question if you guys don't know all these guys. Anthony Carter, 3-time first-time All-American. I think it might be the first or second in Michigan's program history. Braylon Edwards, the leading receiver in Big Ten history in touchdowns and and yards, I believe, although Chris Olave may have just passed him in yards. And then Desmond Howard, of course, the Heisman Trophy winner at wide receiver. So let me know AC, BE, or DH. I'm going with Braylon Edwards, but that just shows my bias. He was a big-time player when I was kind of coming up high school into college, that age as well. So let me know down in the comments. We are going to have a Michigan football mailbag coming up either Tuesday or Wednesday. So just want to say I appreciate all of you that send in your comments. Thanks so much for watching. And we will see you guys when we put out that show. Until then, go Blue.